Let's make this orange, cranberry, and white chocolate granola. It is one of God's greatest gifts to mankind. I love making this granola during the holiday season. It embodies all the colors of the holidays and also the flavors of holidays. Now let's make it. For the purpose of this video, I am using old-fashioned oats. I find that I prefer old-fashioned oats in granolas. They hold their structure and it also adds to the texture of the granola. So next up, add some vegetable oil to the granola and some almonds. Whatever oil that you use, just make sure that it is a neutral flavored oil. I'm also using some vanilla extract. The full ingredients and measurement will be listed in the description box. And the next thing I do is I stir that to combine to make sure that the oats and the almonds are properly coated. You don't need to use any other nuts here. Almonds is just fine. You don't need to add cashew, you don't need to add any other nuts. Now stir that to combine until it is properly combined. Now I like to toast my oats and almonds first when making granola. This step is my personal secret. It helps to make the granola super crispy. So slow roasting it and roasting your oats first before adding honey is the key to crispy and keeping it crispy for a long time. Now transfer that into a prepared baking tray. I advise that you line your baking tray for the purpose of this granola. Spread that out just like so, and then roast in your oven for 30 minutes. But keep bringing it out at intervals every 5 minutes and stir, and then put it back into the oven until the 30 minutes mark. Now while that's in the oven, let's make the wet ingredients. Now into a bowl, add some homemade orange syrup. I made this orange syrup. Then add some honey. You need sweetness from the honey and the orange syrup. Now the reason why I'm using orange syrup here is because I want the orange flavor to be super strong and super pungent. Next up, add some vanilla extract. If you don't have extract, you can use essence here, but if you're using essence, make sure you double the amount. Next up, add some orange zest. Add some orange zest, and this is the zest of one orange. Then stir that together to combine. And this amount is just fine. Well, like I said, the full ingredients will be in the description box. Now set that aside. Now once you set that aside, now grab some homemade candied orange. I prefer to make my candied orange at home because I know what is going into it. So I am using some candied orange peel and some candied orange as well. Like I said, I'm looking to have different textures and flavors in the granola, and I also want the orange flavor to be super strong and pungent. Now gradually chop this into bite sizes. One rule of thumb when making granola is to make sure that the other components that you're adding to your granola are of the same size or almost at the same size of your old-fashioned oats, that way, or same size as the almond, just within that range. Now once that's chopped up, go ahead and set that aside. Now bring out your the oats and almonds and stir that together. Now this step is really crucial. The oats and the almond needs to be hot or relatively warm. Like it needs to be hot because the moment you pour the wet ingredient into it, it needs to the hotness or the warmness helps to adhere the wet ingredients or to stick to the oats. Another thing that I like to do is I don't like to eat or make my cereal straight up. I prefer not to do that. So sometimes I do this step. So it's almost like making a muesli and then eating or making a porridge out of it. Anyway, moving along. Next up, I add some pumpkin seeds. Now I am introducing some green color. Like I said, this granola embodies all the colors and flavors of Christmas. So it is amazing to add all those colors. Anyway, next up I add the wet ingredient, which is the orange syrup and the honey syrup that I made earlier. Next up, add that into the granola and make sure that you scrape that bowl because you're going to need every inch of this wet ingredient. This granola, I remember a friend of mine, or should I say someone on Instagram, actually a follower turned friend really. First time I posted this recipe, she made it for her family and friends during the holiday season, and the request for her to remake it and send it them was so high that she then turned this into a business. Anyway, once that's completely combined, go ahead and add your orange, the candied orange that you chopped up earlier, and then stir all of that combined. Look how amazing this granola already looks, even without popping it into the oven. Now next up, take the same prepared pan and pour that in. Oh my god, this is so gorgeous. The colors are so vibrant. It is beautiful and your house will smell amazing. I think that by far this is the crispiest granola that I have ever made. If you think that my peanut butter granola is crispy, then you need to actually give this a try. Now pop this into the oven for 20 minutes, and the key here is to also, because you've added the orange syrup mixture, reduce or turn down the heat even more, the heat of your oven even more, and then pop this into the oven. And don't forget to bring it out every 5 minutes, stir it and pop it back into the oven. And after 20 minutes, our granola is ready. The thing about granola is that once you bring it out of the oven, it's warm, it's it looks as though it's not crispy, but as it cools down, it gets crispier even more. So just stir that all together and then add your cranberry. And once you add your cranberry, just go ahead, and I like to add the cranberry when the granola is still hot, just so that the cranberry gets warmed up a bit and just marries with the flavors of the granola. Then allow this to cool completely at room temperature. If you don't have the time or patience for it, you can set a fan close to it, but I advise that you allow this to cool down naturally. The slower it cools, the crispier it becomes. And if you add a fan or put a fan close to it, you're adding air to the granola. So just allow this to cool down completely naturally. Now once that's cooled down, just add the white chocolate. You don't want to add the white chocolate when it's still warm, otherwise, or hot, otherwise it would completely melt. So add the white chocolate here, stir that to combine, and that is it. You've just made the most amazing granola this holiday season. See how vibrant and beautiful, and it represents all the colors of Christmas. I hope you like this, and I hope you get to make it. And until next time, I love you, munchos.